full transparency, I haven't read the book for this one because my audiobook returned to the library whilst I was on holiday and I'm still waiting for it. So the book versus movie will be an after watch. But here's my review of Life of Chuck. Welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. My name is Katrina and I make bookish content as well as movie reviews and Disney vlogs here on this channel every week. And all of my movie reviews are spoiler free. So I was really excited to see this film. I will leave a playlist of my movie reviews linked up above in case you're looking for something else to watch this weekend. Yeah, I was really excited to see it because from the trailer, we've got our Tom Hiddleston. We see him doing a bit of dancing. There's some joy. It's very much, the trailer is like joyful, heartwarming. We've got Mark Hamill being all sort of like Luke Skywalker Jedi, giving out some life advice. You know, we see that there's a funeral from the trailer, so we know that there's going to be something sad. We know there's going to be something heartwarming. Then we've got you know, people like smiling and dancing and looking all like heartwarming. I've said the word heartwarming so many times. I did not find this film particularly heartwarming. Now, I know that this is based on a Stephen King short story that's part of a collection of 3 short stories. So I know there's going to be some darkness to it. And the film opens with like Act 3. So I'm like, right. So we're going to go back in time and we're going to, you know, it's the life of Chuck. So here's Act 3. And then I was like, right, get straight away. Act 3, then we'll have Act 2, then we'll have Act 1. We'll get a bit of origin story right at the end there. So that's going to be the heartwarming bit. And we basically got a teacher and a nurse. And things are going wrong. And I'm like, wait, is this like a sci-fi film? Is this a like post-apocalyptic film? It was, yeah, just from that Act 3 bit, which is the bit that opens the film, I was just quite like, what is it that I'm watching? Quite taken aback. Again, I'm not going to go into big details because that would be spoilers. But from that point, I really was like, shall I go? I don't know if I want to stay for this bit. I was interested in like what was going on between these 2 characters, this teacher and this nurse, which, by the way, the teacher just never seemed to be at school. Like, they were at school and they did some stuff and then suddenly they were home and drinking, and then they, you know, were going out the door, but they had time to have a little chat with their neighbour. I'm like, surely you're meant to be at school. Yeah. Anyway, I get that teaching is different in different countries, whatever. But yeah, and that's sort of like, you know, we met Chuck in that 3rd act, and we knew who Chuck was. I mean, you knew who Chuck was from the poster and the trailer anyway. So then it takes us back to Act 2, and we get to see a bit more of Chuck. And that's where the bit with the dancing comes in, and that bit's quite a sort of joyful bit as well. Now, we're not left totally on our own because we have Nick Offerman as our narrator, so I you know, fully trusted what was going on because Nick Offerman was talking me through it. But again, you're like, so how does this bit link with this bit? It just kind of wasn't necessarily matching up. And again, I understand that that's part of the storytelling. That was a choice made. I don't know yet because I haven't finished reading it, you know, if the book goes in the same direction that we start at the end and we work backwards. But it was quite difficult to then go, okay, what's going on here? Let's link it up together. And only when we get to the Act 1 section does everything kind of tie itself together. So it does tie itself together as eventually, and there are some sort of heartwarming moments, but there's also still quite a lot of questions in my mind. Again, you might go, well, maybe that's the whole point of the film, to leave some questions unanswered, and the point of the film is that you do wrap everything up in the 3rd act, that's Act 1 in this one. But it was just that disconnect of what is going on here from the word go. You're not really hooking me into this now. And I was seeing it in the middle of the day because it's the school holidays. Had I gone to watch this like after school, I think I definitely would have gone home during that first act, or even at the end of Act 3. Like, just, I don't think I would have stayed at that point because I didn't really understand what was going on. I was sat eating my lunch, I'm not going to lie. So it's like, well, we've got some entertainment on here and I want to kind of find out what happens and find out if they explain things. I mean, it is a star-studded cast, like a fully star-studded cast. But in terms of the trailer portraying it as a heartwarming film, maybe, you know, a bit of drama, a bit of tragedy, I really think the trailer hasn't done this one justice. And I don't feel like we got to see sort of the movie poster has Tom Hiddleston on it. I don't feel like we got to see a Tom Hiddleston performance. You know, there was definitely quite a lot of Mark Hamill and his acting. But yeah, I just don't think that, I feel like I was sold a lie. I don't think it is as described. Should you pay your cinema going money to go and see this one? I just don't know. I think there's a reason there are other films sort of being like billed above this one. There are other films being like pushed harder than this film, and you don't get as many trailers for it. Like, it's definitely going to be for some people, and I think probably if you'd read the book or you're a big Stephen King fan, it would make more sense. But I just didn't get it, and so I can't sit here and say I recommend this film. I think there are better films on at the cinema just now, and you should pay your cinema going money to go and see those instead. However, as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, but leave me a comment if there is a particular film you would like me to go to the cinema and watch this week and bring my review to you here next week. I'm always happy to go and watch on demand. And yeah, I will see you with my next video. Thanks for watching.